Hey boys and girls. So last week we listened to the story, The Emperor's New Clothes. And in that story we heard this word, curious. And I know many of you have heard the word curious before, but I don't know how much we've thought about it. Curious is an adjective. It's a part of speech that describes nouns. So nouns you'll remember from last year are person, place, or thing. So if you choose a person, you could say, for instance, if you look at that first picture, the little boy, you could say the little boy was curious. Or you could say the curious little boy stared at the strange animal. So curious means eager to know or learn something. It means you really, really, really want to know something, or find out about something, or learn about something. In our story, the emperor was curious to see what the cloth looked like. Well, boys and girls, we're going to look in our Fairy Tales and Tall Tales listening journal and look at the word curious. So if we open up, we have Displeases, we have the fisherman and his wife, and then we have here the Emperor's New Clothes, and then we have our word work for curious. So I said curious is something, or it is being eager to learn something or know something. So I want you to think about something you are curious about, something that makes you curious. Then I want you to draw a picture of that. Could be whatever you want. If you're curious about llamas, then draw a picture of a llama. If you're curious how cacti can live in such hot conditions, then draw a picture of a cacti. If you're curious about space, then you write or draw a picture of space. Well, I'm curious about what makes a rocket ship fly. And so I am going to draw a picture of a rocket ship. This is, again, not going to be a very good picture because Mrs. Medved is not the greatest of artists, but I'm going to try, just like I expect you all to try, right? And I think there's usually like a something on the back. And usually there's like fire coming out or something like that. Okay, but of course you guys are drawing your own thing. Some of you aren't curious about rockets and what makes them fly. But I remember seeing a rocket launch, and I know there was lots of smoke and it was going up into the air. So you draw your picture, and I'm sure it'll be a lot prettier than mine. If you want to work on your picture, go ahead and pause it for a second and finish your picture. Then we're going to write a sentence. We're going to use the word curious in a sentence, and I'm going to write my sentence, which has to do with what I'm curious about. So, using my very nicest handwriting, I'm going to touch all of the lines with my letters. I'm going to say, I am, notice my A only goes to the dotted line and the M goes to the dotted line, but my I is capitalized because it's always capitalized. I by itself touches the bottom and the top line. I am, here's my word, curious. Now I don't want to spell this one wrong, so I want to make sure, here's the word, if the word's up here I can see, so I want to make sure I'm spelling it correctly. U-R-I-O-U want to say about what, oops, I went above the line, right there, makes rockets see that K? K's are hard to make. The lowercase k touches the top and the bottom, just like the uppercase K. It's this part that makes the difference. It only goes to the dotted line. Makes rockets fly into space. And since I'm writing a sentence, I need a punctuation mark. So I ask myself, am I telling something? Am I asking a question? Am I saying something with a lot of feeling? And my answer to myself is, well, I'm telling you something. I'm telling you what I'm curious about. So that means it's a statement, and I'm going to put a period at the end. Okay, once you've done this, boys and girls, you're going to go back, and there is going to be a place for you to type this sentence in. Okay? You're going to type this sentence in as your assignment. All right? All right. Happy writing.